What's up, guys? Today we're going to talk about why Tesla's artificial intelligence has dropped the hammer on legacy auto and any other competitors in the field. So getting right into it, first I want to do a really quick overview on machine learning or artificial intelligence. So for example, breaking down artificial intelligence, essentially machine learning is imagine if you're building a graph and your graph has, let's say, its housing prices and number of bedrooms. And let's say you have a data point at the first that says, okay, this house has one bedroom and costs $100,000. And this house has two bedrooms and costs $200,000. And if you have a bedroom with, a house with three bedrooms, what is it going to cost? Well, you can guess based on that very limited data. You can guess it might be around $300,000 because of the slope. This would be like a linear regression. You're just using these two data points to predict how that affects other value, how these two values interact. With machine learning, you can add in more variables. So they're called features. So for example, let's say you wanted to say, oh, well, this one has a pool, and this one has a backyard, and this one's close to a road. AI can compare and contrast all these different features or these different variables and find how they correlate in a way that we can't even visually image. We can't even imagine this, but it's able to find these trends in all this data. And there's the exact same thing when it comes to self-driving. Whoever has the most data is able to predict how the world works in terms of driving. All these abstract case scenarios get covered the more data you have. The more time your car, your vehicle is collecting data on the road, the better it's going to be at understanding the world around it. So this is the first point for Tesla, is that they have 1 million cars on the road now, and every car they've made in the past 2 years has self-driving sensors all over it, recording data around the world, everywhere around the world. And you have each car is learning and running self-driving software in shadow mode while it's taking anonymous videos, radar input, learning road signs, how people react. So it's literally running the self-driving software in shadow mode. And this has led Tesla to get a enormous data lead. It's incredible. This alone could make Tesla win the self-driving race. This alone. So basically Tesla is able to, I made a video on this a while back, but they had 1.3 billion self-driving data miles. Now they're probably well over 2 billion. So I'm gonna put the figure here. And then compared to that, you have Google making their self-driving cars where they literally have maybe 100 of those things, where Tesla has 1 million cars picking up data. But so you have Google picking up data where they're paying someone 6 figures just to sit in the car and drive around and pick up data, whereas Tesla has customers that pay them to get the opportunity for Tesla to even just use them to get the data. This alone is insane that Tesla has such a huge advantage. You have Waymo and GM Cruise that also have their own prototype. One thing to note is that Waymo and GM's Cruise programs heavily utilize LiDAR technology. And here's Elon on that.
What we're going to explain to you today is that LiDAR is a fool's errand. And anyone relying on LiDAR is doomed. Doomed. Expensive sensors. Now we're going to put a whole bunch of them. That's ridiculous. You'll see.
So number one is the data, and that kind of shows you why Tesla by far, in a way, has the best data, able to make the best predictions about the world around it based off of its massive fleet learning. Now this plays into their autonomy day that was exactly about a year ago. So I'm actually going to put a clip up from Autonomy Day of 2019. Now this is just after a presentation on Tesla's first in-house created chip after they left NVIDIA's chip and went to their own system.
We care about one thing, self-driving. So that it was designed to do that incredibly well. The software is also designed to run on that hardware incredibly well. And the combination of the software and the hardware, I think, is unbeatable. At first, it seems improbable. How could it be that Tesla, who has never designed a chip before, would design the best chip in the world? But that is objectively what has occurred. Not best by a small margin, best by a huge margin. It's in the cars right now. All Teslas being produced right now have this computer. All cars being produced have all the hardware necessary, compute and otherwise, for full self-driving. I'll say that again. All Tesla cars being produced right now have everything necessary for full self-driving. All you need to do is improve the software. And later today, you will drive the cars with the development version of the improved software, and you will see for yourselves.
We're talking about all their cars that are picking up data and learning. Since I've recorded this video, and even since I said that, in the past 10 seconds, Teslas have gathered more data about the world. And when they find someone that's on autopilot, so Teslas have autopilot mode, where you're supposed to keep your fingers on the wheel and still pay attention, and it basically makes Tesla's self-driving system a brain that's learning and getting better with more data. The more data you have, the better it gets. The more people feel comfortable with it, the more they feel comfortable with it, the more data you get. So data alone, that's a huge advantage we have here. The cars that they have are built for this. They have the sensors ingrained and seamlessly put into the cars already. Look at the competition here. It's a joke. I mean, look at these things. They look freaking hideous. And it's not just about looks here, of course, but I mean, really? So Tesla's been building these seamless sensors, basically picking up data, is able to make a chip that is way better than NVIDIA for self-driving and for self-driving specifically. So Tesla made this chip tailored for self-driving, tailored for their vehicles, and then they made software tailored for the chip. This has not been done before, and because Tesla did this, their chip is like 21 times better than the previous version they were using for hardware 2.5. Now, in addition to that, so we have the data, we have the cars, we have the hardware, now we have the software. So Tesla's software team is the best automotive software team in the world by far. I mean, look at what they've been able to do with its infotainment, its autonomy, its self-driving, its updates, its dog mode, sentry mode, security mode, software updates, performance updates over the wire. I mean, holy moly, this is an impressive team. And when it comes to their talent, I mean, you look at a company like Volkswagen, who's trying very hard to catch up to Tesla. Their CEO even mentioned that they're trying to catch Tesla. And so their vehicle is having trouble with a software update. Where Tesla's been doing wireless updates for years. For years, Tesla has been doing what they're struggling to do. So you have the software, you have the hardware, you have the cars, you have the data. In addition to that, you have the talent. Tesla has the talent. They have the team. If you look here, recent engineering graduates, where do they want to work? It's not GM Cruise, Ford. It's not that. It's Tesla and SpaceX. They're right up there. These are drawing talent. So yeah, you have the cars, you have the data, you have the computing power. It's an entire umbrella, as Elon puts it, unbeatable. One last bonus point here. I was reading Richard Branson's bio. I found a lot of similarities between him and Big E. So essentially, when Elon wants to do something, or when Richard, or when similar people want to do something, they are all in. I mean, they're all in, pedal to the metal. Just a matter of when, honestly, when the software gets approved. So stay tuned for that, guys. I hope this kind of breaks down why I'm so convinced, why my conviction for Tesla to win the self-driving lead is extremely strong, to where I do have a lot of shares in the company because I believe in science. I believe in the data, and the data's there. So anyway, guys, thanks so much for checking in. I will see you next time. Feel free to subscribe for more innovation, Tesla, lifestyle, wellness. That's what we're all about here. Thanks, guys. Take care.